Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100% You, a podcast which is all about discovering who you're truly meant to be and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Bari Barel, and I've been on the self development journey for the past 15 years and spiritual journey for the past 13 years. In today's episode, I'm actually gonna give you just a little bit update of what I'm doing now in my life and some insights that I got recently that I really feel that can help you or influence you in some kind of way. So I really hope you're gonna enjoy it. I felt like this episode should be more intuitive, so I did not prepare for exactly what to say. I know in general the things that I want to talk about, but it's mainly things that I'm just going through now that I'm doing with myself. And I thought it would be nice to share it because everyone that I'm sharing it with recently really liked that I'm talking about this and asked me a lot of questions. So I thought you would like to hear about this too. So I'll try to make it as simple as possible and practical for you guys to try it at home too. And let's start with today's episode. If you're new here or if you listen to each and every episode, I'll just give you a quick update. So I just finished university about a month ago, and I feel like this is the time of my life. I'm 27 now. I turned 27 a month ago, and I feel like it's the first time in my life that I truly want to bet on myself. Now, I had those periods in my life where I truly wanted to bet on myself, and throughout my entire life, I feel like I bet on myself. But I always had so many dreams, and until I was like 25, 26, I feel like because I'm really curious person and I really like to try out new things and many new things, many careers. So I really tried many things, but I haven't started, that's how I feel, start to actually live purposefully every single day doing the things that I'm super passionate about and feel that I live my dream life. And because I finished now university, I feel that for the past 3 years, no matter how much I tried to set certain type of goals, when I looked at my life, I realized that those goals cannot be achieved while I'm still in university. It was very obvious for me, and it was really hard to also look at this and understand that until I finished university, I could not achieve whatever I want. Like I could, but I want to have more freedom. I don't want to stay at one place doing one thing. And eventually in university, I really try to really absorb everything and take all the opportunities that I have, because in my university we truly had so many opportunities and I truly want to have the full experience. So now when I finish, I knew that I will not look for a job because I'm done with that. I'm also super proud of myself for having this podcast for the past 9 months, I think so. I started in November, so almost 10 months, even 9 months. So I'm really proud of myself for having this podcast and be consistent and posting every single week. This is something that I'm truly passionate about, but eventually this is not my full-time career right now. Like I have the podcast and I knew that I want to grow the podcast. I knew that I want to bring guests to the podcast. And 100% You for me, it's a dream that came to my mind when I was around 19, 20. I knew that I want to create a brand named 100% You. I didn't know exactly what would be the product. I just knew what energy I want to put up in the world. And at the beginning, when I started 100% You, when I was 19, I thought it will be like recyclable, retreat, like plastic free, I don't know, some kind of brand. And maybe notebooks, maybe selling recyclable bottles because it was huge back then in 2019, 2020. But eventually it became the podcast that we have now, and I do have a bunch of more ideas for what to come. And at the same time, I have my biggest dream probably is to open Breeze, which I had a sunglasses business when I was 18 until 20. I closed the business not because it wasn't successful, but because I realized that I don't know how to run proper business, and I really dreamed big and I knew that I want to make it something really, really big and impactful. And I had so many ideas, but I realized that I have no idea how to do this. I felt that I don't have the skills and the right tools, and it felt that I have too many things to learn at once. And I felt that the right way to do is just to take a step back and learn how to do business, learn how to market, learn everything regarding to open a fashion brand. And I did it. I did it throughout the my early 20s. I worked in a few fashion brands. I did the marketing there. I learned a lot about manufacturing, about fashion. I flew to a few times to try to meet manufacturers and understand this ecosystem. And I did everything eventually that I wanted. Throughout my early 20s, I want to work in sales. I want to do marketing. I want to study and learn both of these two and not just work and study at the same time. I wanted to do real estate investment. I wanted to study in university, although I didn't say it out loud. So I had many things that I wanted to do. And eventually I did everything. I've done everything that I want. And the only thing that now I want is to actually bet on myself, to build a strong personal brand. I want to create the brand of my dreams and do only that. Like, this is what I want to see myself doing in the next decade. Like, literally, I see myself doing this for my, I don't know if my entire life, but this is a huge dream of mine. I know what type of energy I want to create. And for the past 7 years, I've been building the energy that I want to create in this world slowly, because it took time. I remember like 4 years ago when I want to start Breeze again, I didn't know exactly what it will be. And now I know exactly who is the customer. I know what energy, like I know everything how I want to create it. It's just the only thing is missing is execution. And because I had this three things that I wanted to do now after university, I want to do Breeze, but at the same time, I know that I need capital for this. One more thing is grow 100% you and launch more things, more products, because currently I didn't launch any products yet. I didn't launch anything. I have many things that I've already built and are just waiting for me to publish them, which will be very soon. And I really want to be consistent, not only consistent, but like truly build a community on my social platforms and do it the right way. Throughout the years, I always wanted to do it. I always try to do it, always post once in a while. I do have a small community that I feel that I build in my social platforms, but currently I don't give it the right intentions, and I don't do it consistent enough and strategic enough to actually build it and grow it. Have one viral video, that's great, that's fine. Posting once in a while, that's fine. But eventually, if I want to have it as something main thing, to have a personal brand that is very well known, very, and you understand what I'm doing, it needs to be strategic. And because I know myself very well, I talked about this also in previous episodes, I know that the one thing that I'm really good at is jump into the water. Most people are not good at this. Many of the tips that you can hear online, at least I hear, is you just need to start. You just need to start, right? I start many times, but I'm done with just starting. I want to do something and make it last. And in order to do so, I know myself good enough to know that I need to build a strategy. So basically, what I did since I finished university completely, like I finished my last exam, which was exactly a month ago. I took 2 weeks to just do nothing. I felt like I need this. And in the past 2 weeks, I've been building a strategy to what's going to be next. And this type of strategy, this is also something I've been doing throughout the year. It's not new. Like from last summer, I already knew this is what I'm going to do when I finish university. I knew that I want to build a strategy. I knew that I want to go all in on social media. I want to build my own personal brand, Bari Barel, and make it a very well-known brand. I want to get to millions of people all over the world. Like, this is something that I'm truly passionate about, to help people, to make them feel the best version of themselves, to create content, to do those kind of things, and also create my own brand. And I knew that at some point I will need to look at everything that I have now and that I want to create, and like a puzzle, look at all the things, all the pieces, and trying to understand what would be the right way to go, because I know myself good enough. And again, everyone is different. There's people that can do it one way. I will do it different. Maybe a different person will do it completely different way. So everyone is special, and everyone needs sometimes to do things in their own pace and time, or in their own, unique way. So I knew that I want to go and focus on one thing only, because throughout the past years, I've always done many things at the same time, which I'm good at. But I know that once I focus on only one thing, not only I'll be good at, I'll be excellent, and I'll be the best at what I'm doing. And this is something that is truly important for me to do one thing only and not scattered and not do many things at the same time. Started asking myself bigger questions of like, what do I see myself doing with 100% you? Started asking myself, what is the difference between the energy that I want to create through Breeze and through 100% you? And once I realized, like, one of my goals was to start bringing guests on this podcast. I already spoke with a few, and I started also looking for places to record the episodes. I really plan to bring also sponsors to this podcast. And I told you I have also an app that I want to launch. And I started asking myself, what's the difference between the energy that I want to create through 100% you and the energy that I want to create through Breeze? And I realized that I don't really know what's the difference. And the reason I'm telling you this, just so you will get inside my head. So what I did, as I said, in the past 2 weeks, I'm still doing this, is kind of look at everything, and instead of going what I'm doing now and where I want to go, I do in reverse engineering. So I start with the bigger questions of where I see myself in 10 years, where I see myself in 5 years. Now, those things I know in my mind where I want to be in 5, 10 years, in 2 years, in 3 years. But I don't think I ever in the past year wrote it on paper. In general, I know where I want to be, but I didn't put a number on this, that until like 2030, 2035, I want to be here, I want to be there. And I started doing reverse engineering. Plus, also we talked about this in the previous episodes. I feel like the entire 2025 for me was big cleanse year. I cleaned many things, released many blocks that I had, and I truly feel that for the first time in my life, I'm not kidding, I'm like a blank page, that everything that I'll put now in myself that I'll try to pursue will actually happen. Many things till now in specific areas, no matter how much I tried, I did not get the results that I wanted. And I worked really hard to release the things, the blockage, the energy that I needed to let go of in order to get the things that I truly want. So I feel that I already released everything, and now I'm a blank page. I can do whatever I want. I truly feel that whatever I will put my intention into right now will actually grow in my life, and I'll see it happen. I truly, truly feel it. And because I feel it, and it's a new feeling, I didn't have this feeling I don't think I ever had this feeling. I know that I need to work differently. And as I said, to work differently is to do reverse engineering. So I started asking myself those questions of, where do I see myself in 10 years, in 5 years, in 3 years? What type of life do I want to live? How do I see my everyday life? What will be my anchors in my life? What type of lifestyle I want to live? What type of family do I want to build in the future? Don't see myself now having kids in the near future. I'm not there, but I start asking these questions because it's part of the vision of the 10 years of where I see myself. And I understand that if I want to have kids and I don't know, a few years from now, I will need to build a strong foundation in order to have the life that I want in 7 years, in 6 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. I will need to build that foundation today. So I start asking those big questions. Now, I'll just give you a hint of how my days now look like, because I think it's very important, because a few of my friends told me, you're super, super busy now, so it's hard to catch you. And I told them, it's not that I'm busy, like my entire days now are not filled with anything, but I'm the type of person, when I do those kind of work, self work, asking those questions, it takes a lot of energy from myself, and I need to be in a creative state of mind. If I'm not in a creative state of mind, it will be hard for me to do this. For me, being in a creative state of mind, it's literally having nothing on my schedule and be able to do whatever feels right at the same time. Go for a walk and think. Like, I wonder a lot now. I really need the thinking time in order to get to those insights and understanding, because I believe those type of planning that I'm doing, what I'm doing now, at least for me, I need to be in a creative state of mind, to be in this flow of the universe, to truly listen to my heart. Because if I do this planning from my head, it will not be what I want. And usually when people do this type of planning of truly understand what they want in their life, they do it from their head. They do it from the analytical mind. They do it from what seems possible, from what sounds right, from what looks good on paper, but do the work of actually listen to your heart and ask, what will my future look like? How does it look like for me? What do I want? This is something that needs to come from your heart. And to listen to your heart, you will need to create a space for that. Because in the everyday life, when we have tasks, when we have things on our schedule, we are more in the analytical mind. We're more in the thinking mode and not in the feeling mode. To be in the feeling mode, we truly need to make space for this and make sure that there's nothing that is stopping us from truly feel what we want. So as I said, for me, it's just cleaning my schedule. Like this week, I can tell you that when I finished university again, so for 2 weeks to 3 weeks, I was seeing people every single day. All the people that I didn't see for the past a few months, or people that I really want to become friends with, and I didn't have time during the semester. So for every single day, I met some person. And when I started this week, I realized that it's not that I don't have time during the week. It's just that my capability to have nothing right now. I want to have nothing in order to truly feel what's right for me. So I just cleaned my entire schedule for this week, not because I don't have time to see people. I do have time to see people, but I realized that if I'm going to see someone now that I don't see every day, like a close friend that knows what's happening with me, that person, even if that person has the most incredible intentions, the most magnetic energy, maybe this conversation will put me in the thinking mode. So I'm really intuitive right now of what I need. So it's gonna last for at least 1 week, like this week, and next week I'm pressing on and I'll start this new chapter, which I'm really excited about. And also throughout the entire time, throughout this entire weeks, I did a huge makeover. I bought so many workout clothes because I truly ask myself what type of identity I want to be, what type of person I want to be. So this is also part of this huge vision. Like, what type of person do I need to be to become what I truly want? Also, I started asking myself questions for this huge strategy. Basically, what the energy that I want to put up in the world in general, not doesn't matter what brand do I have, what do I believe in, and asking those macro questions, and then go in deep for each one of them. What 100% you means for me, then what Breeze means for me, then what social platform represent for me. And I start asking deep questions. During this asking questions period, I realized many things. First, I realized that I never truly ask myself, and this is a big one, I never truly ask myself if I feel that I deserve to have it all. I could not tell you how much asking this question changed something in my brain, because every time when you try to manifest, or at least when I try to manifest something, to attract something in my life, I ask myself, what do I feel toward this specific thing? Do I feel that I deserve to have it? And sometimes I do feel that I deserve stuff, sometimes I don't, but eventually when I get to a state of I feel that I deserve, so I understand that the path towards that goal, towards that manifestation is much easier. But one thing that I never ask myself is, do I feel that I deserve to have it all? And I'll explain it more deeply now. So if you listen to the first episode or a few episodes, you probably already know, but I'll say it again. I'm the type of person who I truly believe that everything is possible. This is like my motto. I really believe that everything is possible. You can achieve every single thing that you want in this world. If you have it in your mind, you can see it clearly. This is something you have a desire, you can achieve everything. And if it's not in your life, or it's hard to get there, so probably there's energy or something that blocking you from receiving this. So this is like the first step, okay? The baseline that I truly believe that I can have everything that I want. This is my core belief. Now, when you look at your life, you understand that currently, at least I don't have everything that I want. And for me, everything that I want is many things, but in general, I'll talk about like the main pillars is to feel very successful, to do the most amazing career and feel that I'm truly doing my purpose, serving my purpose every single day, to live in my dream house, to live abundant life and have all the money that I want in the world and truly know how to earn money from anything that I'm doing, then to be healthy, to be in shape, great shape, to feel the most radiant and the most beautiful I've ever been, to be in the most loving relationship with the love of my life, to have the most incredible connections and the most incredible friends, to have the most incredible connection with my family, to be able to move. I think this is in general what for me is to have it all. There's probably more, also to have the most incredible wardrobe and wear whatever I want to, have whatever I want to wear accessible for me, to be able to travel. Now, many of the things that I said, I feel that I have in my life, but not all of them. And now, as I start doing this, I would say makeover in my own life, this is a process that I've been doing for the past year. I would say it started around February that I start, or March, that I started doing a fitness program of 3 months to get in shape. I was always in shape, but it was in terms of mentality. I also did 6 months of posing challenge to change my pose and also work on my double chin, which improved significantly since I did this challenge. I knew that I want to start posting so much more on social media. I'm not doing it yet. I'll do it very soon. So I knew that I want to buy more makeup. I bought so much new makeup. I knew that I want to change many things. Also, I knew that I want to move my body every single day. And then when I asked myself what version of myself, like how this version of myself acts, I immediately knew that I need to buy an entire new wardrobe of workout clothes. And this is what I did. I bought so many new workout clothes. And I'm telling you, since I did this, I started working out every single day without even noticing. And it's just that my body wants to do this. I started doing Pilates instead of running and weights that I did a lot before that. I walk a lot now. I swim a lot now. I do type of workouts that I never did. I started doing Tai Chi. Like, I never thought that I will do Tai Chi. So my body and desires changed once I bought new wardrobe for working out. Now I wear also workout clothes, which I'm obsessed with. Till now, I only had black tights and workout clothes. And I decided that the new identity that I want is someone that is not wearing black. So all the workout clothes that I bought is really light colors, yellow, beige, white, blue, colors that I would never buy for clothes, for workout clothes. Like I literally wearing now white pants, like white yoga pants. I never had white pants for working out. So that was a big thing. And once I changed my wardrobe, I started asking this question, do I truly feel that I deserve to have it all? And once I asked this question, I felt shrinking. I felt that my entire body shrinks and not expanding. And once I felt it, I truly felt the shrinking instead of expansion. I realized there's a problem here because if my body shrinks when I feel it, think about the situation that I truly have it all, have everything. I have the most perfect life. If I don't feel expansion and excitement, that means that there's a problem. There's something, a limited belief that I need to release. And for me, it was shocking because I truly believe that I will have everything that I want. But my surroundings, and it's very common to hear when you grow up that maybe it's not fair that you're so beautiful. It's not fair that you're so tall and you like give me some centimeters, or it's not fair. Or like, I heard many times when I grew up, yes, she's very beautiful. She's rich. She's successful, but because she has everything, so there's probably something in her life missing. So probably someone in her family sick. Or when I grew up, I always heard that like it could not be perfect. And if this girl looks perfect, and this is a society, I think this is very common as a society to hear this. If this girl is so perfect or this guy is so perfect, so there's must be something wrong there that maybe they don't talk about. Maybe they feel lonely. Maybe they don't have great relationships. Maybe they want to get divorced. So hearing this, even if I don't believe in this, kind of sneak into my subconsciousness. And this is eventually what I felt, that I didn't feel to have it all. So this is a work that I'm doing now. And I've been scripting every single morning the things that I want to have in my life. And I've been telling myself every single day that I deserve to have it all, like a machine. I've been saying it every single moment that I can. And I remember just to tell myself I deserve to have it all and feel it. And another thing that I'm really working on now is take up space, to feel that I deserve and feel comfortable in holding and growing the space that I'm in, to go on the stage, to be in the center of attention. And it's not something that I don't like. Like, I always like to be in the center of attention. I feel that throughout the years, also when I was in high school, I always knew and how to be in the center. But during this year also, I realized that I had fears, layers that blocked me from truly feel that it's fine and it's okay to be radiant and be the most beautiful I've ever been. Because growing up until age 12, 13, I didn't feel beautiful at all. And when I was 12, I decided I wanted to be the most beautiful girl at school, and I did a huge makeover back then. And then in high school, I truly felt beautiful. Like, I truly felt beautiful. I looked my best. I used to work out. Most of the girls don't work out at that age. So I looked good and I didn't look my age. So many people was hitting up on me. And I remember I used to go out on the street by myself. No matter where I went, I was always got hit up by guys, and people used to whistle and call my names when I walk just because how I look. And in general, like those entire time, I felt that when I shine, I felt that I make other people uncomfortable. And at some point, even if it didn't really happen in my life, I felt like I made some of my friends to feel uncomfortable. So I tried to dim my light in order to make them feel comfortable. I truly wanted to make my friends that maybe felt less beautiful to feel comfortable. And for many years now, looking back, I can tell that it was many years, it was a few years. I felt comfortable not being in the center of attention, not shine how the way I want to shine, not be in the even in the best shape of my life, because I felt that being in the best shape of my life and be beautiful and be smart and be everything that I have as a person will make people feel uncomfortable. So I always and now when I think about this, so when I grew up in high school, I didn't felt smart. I started feeling smart only from 18, 19, 20, something like this. And I think when I started feeling smart, I think this is when I kind of try to make more space for other people to feel comfortable. So I try to be less than what I am in terms of taking space. And I've got to a place where I'm done. Like, I want to take up space. I want to shine. I want to be ready. And I want to be the most beautiful I ever been, in the best shape I ever been. And again, this is what I did. Like, I released many blockage during this year that now I feel like I can be that version of myself. And now, like, the feeling that I'm trying to practice every single day is expansion, and that I don't need to shrink for anyone, that I need to take up space. This is the feeling that I'm practicing every single day. So that's the work that I'm doing. And it's fun. It's exciting. It's really exciting it's really exciting to work on yourself and understand that no one really matters. Not because I don't care about people, but because if someone don't feel comfortable being next to me by who I am, that's their problem. They're not my friends. And it's really releasing, really releasing. It's not new, but in general, I'm just, speaking to you as friends now. I also do a bunch of like talking to my subconsciousness. We had an episode about this, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago. I talk to my subconsciousness, universe, remove people from my life that are not supporting the version that I meant to be. And I see people leave. I literally see people disappear from my own life, and I welcome it. I truly welcome it, because I prefer to have a space for the right people to enter to my life. Another thing that I've been doing, and this is part of the strategy that I'm building. So what I did in the past week and a half, basically in the strategies, just throw everything and write everything. Honestly, I use agents. I use Base 44 I have a few agents that I built. So one of the agents is like personal brand strategist. I fell in love with using agents. I just connected it to my WhatsApp and I record on my WhatsApp everything. And the agent made me a workbook of like 30 something pages with all my answers, which perfect, because don't think I would had the time, not the time, but like the capacity to sit and write 30 pages of everything I want. It's like too much talking about myself, but it's good because it makes me realize many things, how I want to live, what I want to do. And the strategy that I'm building now, I see it as an opening a new chapter in my life, to open a new chapter and understand that this is the contract that I'm signing with myself. And of course, it can change, but once I have the foundations of I know what do I want to do, I have a clear path that I want to walk. And when the paths start to be challenging or there's different opportunities coming your way, it's easier to go back to your center once you have everything written down and you know what's like your macro goals, what you want to have, what you want to feel. And those things that I'm now writing, it's things that I knew throughout my entire life. It didn't change. It's just more structured this time. And also I do it because I know that I tracked opportunities very easily, thankfully. Thankfully, I tracked opportunities very easily. So instead of being, juggling and thinking about things and opportunities that I get, I just want to have a clear North Star goal that I know where I'm heading, what I want. Another thing that I started to speak about, and then I jumped into a different topic. So this whole building a strategy basically showed me also that the goals that I have, I need to rearrange them according to what do I have control over. Now, I do believe that you can set up goals that you don't have control over and you can manifest huge things that you don't have control over. I truly believe in this. But at the same time, when I'm building now a strategy and I build something, I want to put goals that I have some kind of control over. So I'll give you an example. Two of my biggest goals that I had for this year, for 2026, and for me, when I thought about those goals, is like when I finish this year, this is the two main goals that I want to achieve. First is to enter to a relationship with the love of my life. The second thing is to move to my own apartment with my boyfriend, which I don't have a boyfriend yet. So it's like the two main goals that I set for myself that I want for 2026. Okay. Now, I'm happy that was my goals, because if it wasn't my North Star goals, I have more goals, right? But I have around 8 goals, big goals that I want to achieve. And I already achieved a few of them. But the two North Star goals that I told myself, this is like the biggest goal that I'm working on right now, I don't have control over them, because till now, like, I do feel that I released everything that I need to release in order to enter into a relationship. So okay, I've done the work. That's how I feel, at least. So I have nothing to do with that. Like, I can go on dates, I can look the best that I can be open, I can, be mindful. But it's something that's just keep and maintain the lifestyle that I have. Maybe it's not some kind of an action that I can take now and tomorrow I'll have a boyfriend. It doesn't work like that. So once I realized that this like huge goal of mine, it's not something that currently I have control over, because I don't want to compromise. It's not that I will go on plenty of dates and like this is my person. No, because I don't want to compromise. I prefer not to go on dates instead of being in a relationship with a person that I know is not 100% meant for me. So I don't have control over this. Then the second thing with the apartment, how can I put this as a second goal if it's kind of related to the first one? Because if my dream is, the second biggest dream is to move to apartment with my boyfriend, but I don't have a boyfriend now. So like, I don't have control over this. It's like waiting for something to come. And once I look at this and I realize, how could I put those two goals as my primary goals? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm happy it was there, because again, it made me take certain steps and certain things to change in my life, but I feel like it should be in a different order. So the two higher goals that I have now, I put a completely two different North Star goals now that I do have a control over, which again, of course, I can manifest and I can raise my frequency and do all the work and manifestation, whatever, to achieve and have those goals that I have now as my primary goals. I can shorten the time and like do the quantum leaping and whatever, but I have control over this. Like, I can wake up tomorrow and take an action. So this was also one thing for me, changing and rearranging my goals and the way I see. I think the theme of this, first of all, the theme of this year, I feel like being 27 is expansion. I'm really learning how to feel expansion all the time, which I didn't know it will be hard, but it's hard. Like I have fears every time I spend money, every time I do something, every time I invest in myself. And it's not that I didn't do it in the past. I did it, but I had different things, energies that was holding me back from truly feel that expansion and see it in my life. And now I release those energies so I can truly feel and see the expansion. So this is a huge theme. And the next thing is put a lot of focus on just truly becoming the most radiant version of myself, which honestly is much better goal. So that's all for today. I gave you just a brief of what's everything now. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you next week. Bye.